On Dove Television, especially 10 a.m. in the morning, where we talk about our health, because it is health, everything about your body, how to take care of yourself physically and spiritually, and most importantly, it's the physical one that we're paying attention to today. And our focus is on the window to the world, which is the eyes. That's what we are looking at today. Well, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about the eyes, and that's in Matthew chapter 26. Okay, let me quickly check it. Matthew 6:23 actually talks about the eye, that if your eyes is filled with light, then your whole world will be filled with light. Matthew 6:23. And talking about the eyes, there's so much that we're going to talk about our eyes. How much do you love your eyes? Now, can you actually express your love to your eyes? Yes, well, you can, as our doctor is here to talk to us about the eyes. We have our in-house doctor. She is an optometrist, and she'll be talking to us on how to express, how to show love to your eyes. But before I invite her in, let's quickly go on a quick break for a quick exercise. When we come back, we have a beautiful conversation. God bless you. Please stay with us.
Dynamic exercises are the exercises that you do, and it involves motion. My name is Mercy Agbola. I will be taking you through some series of dynamics exercises. You can have your count of 10. Good one. Join your legs together. Place your palm on your laps and let's have a rotation for the ankles. This will bring healings to the knee joint. So you go the other way around. 5. You can do this as long as possible. Let me do it again. 4, 3. Then the other way. This will bring lubrication to that part of the joint. Relax a little, just a little. 3, 2, 1. Then you will touch your toe, touch your knee, touch your waist, and touch the sky. Touch your toe, your waist, the sky. You can have a count of 10 for this. Five more to go. Then for the last one, oh, let's add one more to it. Wow, how do you feel? Very beautiful, right? Yeah. So we just have one more to go, and that will be the end. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Relax. You realize this is increasing your heart rate already, and that's so beautiful for your circulation. All right. Then your legs together. Then go stretching. Gradually, you keep going. You might be feeling some pains at the muscles of your thighs, but don't mind the pains until you reach the toe. Then stay right there. Count 15 seconds down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Relax gradually. 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 Beautiful. Take some minutes break. 3, 2, 1. This has brought us to the end of today's exercise. Once again, I'm by name Mercy Agbola. See you some other time.
Welcome back. You're watching Healthy Living on Dove Television. I hope you participated. While the exercise was going on, I was having this conversation in the studio that it is important that you at least do a few exercises at home, okay? You might not have the time to go to the gym. You might not have the time on Saturdays to do all of the workouts, but you can do certain things in your office. You can do certain things at home at your free period just to exercise and flex, your muscles and just to stay and keep healthy. All right, welcome back once again. You're watching Healthy Living, and it's about time for us to have our conversation in the studio. And our topic today is how to love your eyes. How to love your eye. I've been joined in the studio by Dr. Priscilla Imade. She is the National Secretary, Women Optometrists in Nigeria. She's also the Vice President, Healthcare Providers Association of Nigeria. She's also a fellow of the Nigerian Optometric Association. And God has been using her to do a whole lot of things on radio and TV, talking about how to care for the eye. Hello, Dr. Priscilla. You're welcome to Healthy Living.
Thank you very much, Lillian. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
It's a great privilege and honor for me.
Thank you.
To be with you today to talk about how to love your eyes. Personally, I see it as my ministry to educate people on what they can do to ensure that they have good eyesight, that they see very well into their old age, and then to prevent blindness.
Right.
Because we have a high statistics that says that many Nigerians are going blind unavoidably due to lack of information.
Lack of information,
Yes.
and so that information is just what we're about to give out right now.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you.
And so this edition is streaming live via our social media platforms. You can connect with us on Facebook and also on YouTube using the handle at Dove Television. You can also follow us on X and Instagram at Dove TV. God bless you so much, and also download the OH Prime on your mobile device. So at this moment, get your cell phone handy. So this is like a free clinic open on TV. So if you have questions, you'll be free to ask just when the phone lines are opened. Well, as always, ma, we cannot do anything without the presence of God. So I'd like you to please lead us in an opening prayer.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you, Lord, for making it possible for us to see today and to be gathered here to discuss about our eye health. Holy Spirit, we ask that you take control of today's discussion. And at the end of the day, let your name and your name alone be glorified. In Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So we're looking at how to love your eye. How to love your eye. Why did you choose that topic? When I called and said, Dr. Priscilla, you're coming to talk to us about the eye because you're an eye doctor. And you
Yes.
said, yes, I'll be coming and I'm looking at how to love the eye. Why that?
Well, we are still in the month of October. Okay. Today is the last day in the month of October. Internationally, worldwide, and even in Nigeria, we celebrate the sight every second Thursday in October. And for this year, the theme was Love Your Eyes. Okay. And then looking at the Nigerian perspective, the developing countries such as Africa, the narrative is basically the same. We found out that many Nigerians, I say many Africans, don't actually love their eyes. They do a lot of wrong things that results in avoidable blindness. And many of the causes that, make people go blind in Nigeria are factors or problems that can be prevented if only these individuals just showed a little bit of love to their eyes. Because, Lillian, come to think of it, what you love, you cherish. True. What you love, you protect.
Right,
what
true.
you love, you guide jealously. What you love, you want to nurture and make sure it performs optimally. So hence the topic, love your eyes. So how can we love our eyes? What are the things we will do to show that truly we love our eyes? And if we backtrack a bit, like even what you said about the eyes in the Bible. Yes. The Bible also said that the eye is the light of the body. So if you don't want to grope in darkness, you would want to nurture that light, protect that light. And without the eyes, you cannot appreciate the beauty of the world. You will not be able to appreciate, the beauty that God has put around you. So we are going to look at things you should do, things you should not do, and how you can best express this love so that at least your eyes can function for you optimally into old age. Let me also quickly say that the way God has designed the human body, especially the eyes, is such that if you do the right things, if you put the right things in the right places, you just be sure that you're not going to have many of the myriads of diseases or eye problems that can readily make one go blind. And then if we can just learn to prioritize the eyes just a little bit, you discover that our eyes will be able to see very well, it will be good, and then we'll be able to appreciate God more by beholding his beauty.
Hallelujah. I like that one of the quotes that says that when your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light.
Exactly.
So help me understand, because one thing I always say is that when you understand a thing, then you can know how best to appreciate it or how best to relate with it. So let's look at my eyes. Tell me exactly how the human eye, what exactly is going on around the human eye.
Thank you very much. As an optometrist, I'm just too overwhelmed and fascinated at the way God designed the human eye. If you look at the anatomy of the eye, for the purpose of this discourse, I will just say that the eye is divided into two. We have the anterior segment and then the posterior segment. The anterior segment of the eye is the parts you see as you are looking at me now, or we are looking at ourselves. The part of your eye that I see is what I'm referring to as the anterior segment. You have the upper eyelid. That's when you blink, as you are moving your eye, the upper eyelid is the one that, moves down like this, like a wiper. You have your lower eyelid.
What's supposed to be my lashes?
The lashes is actually on the lid.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the lashes, those are the hair on the edge of your upper eyelid. Your upper eyelid acts as a wiper that helps to cleanse, the eye. Underneath that, you have your cornea. The cornea is a transparent membrane that covers the black of the eye. Can we have the picture of the
anatomy of the eye so that we can understand these, words that you're calling?
Okay. Yes. Well, we can just look at it literally at home. The white part of the eye is the one we call the sclera.
Yeah.
That's actually the one that is a tough membrane that gives the eyeball its shape. Then you have the cornea, which is a transparent membrane that covers the black of the eye. The black of the eye is the iris.
And it can be that on TV right now, so I can understand better.
Okay. And it can be different colors for different people. Some people have brown eyes, some have blue eyes. So it's actually the color of the iris that gives the eye its color. And then you have the conjunctiva that lines the whitish part of the eye. And then when you go beyond this anterior part of the eye into the posterior part, you start having things like your retina, your vitreous humor, your aqueous humor, and all the other parts, structures that are inside the eye. Now, in caring for your eyes, you need to take care of both the anterior and then the posterior part. But the danger is that because you are only seeing the anterior part, you don't see the posterior part. When things are going wrong in the posterior segment of your eyes, you may not know. Hence the need to go for an eye examination. It's only when you go for eye examination that the posterior segment of your eyes can be examined. And that posterior segment actually is like the powerhouse. It's like the major part of your eyes. And when things go wrong with those parts, especially the retina, blindness most time becomes, irreversible. And then we have the lens too in the eye, which is actually on the anterior, like a window between the anterior and the posterior segment. When there is a problem with the lens, it results in the problem that we call cataract. So the anatomy of the eye is a bit complex, but every structure in the eye, they all have their functions. And if there is a problem with any of the structures of the eye, it can result in a damage that can affect how well you see.
Let's talk about some of the diseases, some of the things that can go wrong with our eyes.
A lot can go wrong. In fact, this week we had a traumatic case, where someone was trying to do some work at home and something pierced the eye. In that case, if the person does not come early to the clinic, it can lead to complete blindness. But for the case of this person, he came early, and then we were able to look at where the trauma occurred, and you know, the ophthalmologist was able to swing into action and to attend, you know, to the eye such that the eye is preserved. So trauma is a common, you know, cause of eye problems, vision problems, or even blindness, as the case may be. Trauma, that's accident. If somebody blowed the eye, for example, contusion, or maybe trauma like the injury. Yes, not trauma to the eye.
Emotional trauma.
Trauma to the eye. Okay, there can be trauma to the eye. Any form of injury to the eye can be regarded as trauma.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So when that happens, even for children, sometimes you leave your children at home and then you leave them with a caretaker or a younger person, and then the baby falls down, maybe hitting the head or the face, and then the parents are not aware. It can result
to that trauma.
Okay.
I'm just in a picture on the screen right now. I mean, bright eyes, clear eyes can actually be so beautiful. Take a look at what we are seeing right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's
clean
beautiful.
And bright eyes can actually be beautiful.
Yes. So you see, it's when you take proper care of your eyes can really be clean and bright and really be okay. Actually, it's the sclera that gives us that white coloration of the eye. And when we do the right thing, the eye will carry out its function as it should. Another problem too that can, you know, readily affect how well your eye sees is what we call refractive error. Some people, when they are born, they could have maybe things like myopia, short sight, or long sight, which we call hyperopia, or even astigmatism. That can affect the way they see. But when these problems are detected early, these children especially, they can be helped at that tender age. There's even a studies now that show that children who have myopia, there is a control now for myopia. We call it myopia control. So if you bring your children early to the clinic, we can actually monitor that myopia and be able to control it so that the myopia does not become degenerative or keep increasing. For example, you find some children, when they start wearing glasses, they can start with a very low prescription. As they are going on or growing up, discover that the prescription will start increasing. Let's say the child started with a prescription of, say, minus 0.5. Before you know it, it's minus 4. Is minus 8. As the child is, it just keep increasing. So there are technologies now to help to monitor or reduce the progression of that myopia, but you have to come early to the clinic. And that's the focus of this loving your eyes. You see, what you love, you will cherish. Sure. If you know that as a parent, you don't know so much about your eyes, and you cannot really tell when your child is developing an eye problem. So it's good for you to come to the clinic so that we examine the children. And then the emphasis these days is on prevention. We want to prevent eye diseases. It's not until there is a problem that you start coming to the clinic to say, oh, come and treat or come and cure. No. When you bring your children early, we are able to detect. As far as the eye is concerned, we don't wait for you to develop it. Come for eye screening. Every member of the family at least do a checkup once every year just to detect vision problems early.
All right, so at this time, we're going to open our phone lines so you can call in, okay, at this time, because we have a lot of segments on the program. So our phone line is now going to be opened and displayed on your TV screen, so you can call and ask Dr. Priscilla Imade any question that's related to your eyes and how to take care of your eyes, how to love your eyes. You know, just before we started the program, I was asking one of my bosses in the office, and I said, "Do you love your eyes?" And he said, "Of course, he does love his eyes." I said, "So how do you express your love to your eyes?" And he said, he sleeps well.
Yeah.
Is that one way to actually express love to your eye? How to show love?
Of course. Okay. On my notes here, sleeping is part of it. Right. You see, sleep is the instrument of God to revitalize our health, to restore, you know, the eyes. Lillian, haven't you noticed that when you want to sleep, it's your eyes you close?
That's true.
You want to rest your body, but it's the eyes that you will close to sleep.
True.
So one of the ways actually you can love your eyes is by sleeping. You see, every day you go about your activities, your eyes are wide open. You are on your computer, your eyes are open. You are doing your work, your eyes are open. You are driving, your eyes are open. So these eyes that are open for you to do virtually everything you need to do can become stressed, can become fatigued. So you need sleep to restore the functionality of the eyes. So sleeping for at least 6 to 8 hours every day is a good thing for the eye. Not only the eye, also for the body, because the eye is not in isolation. So sleeping is good. Okay. Now, as part of loving your eyes, the first thing I would recommend to everybody is priority. Okay. Prioritize your eye health and eye care. What I have found in my over 25 years of practicing optometry, especially in Nigeria, is that people don't prioritize their eyes. If you tell someone, for example, say, okay, you need to have an eye examination at least once a year, the first you say, oh, I don't think it's necessary, or I don't even have the money to do it. Or if you tell the person, pay XYZ amount of money to have your eyes checked, you say, no, I don't have. Meanwhile, that same person can as well go and buy something far, far more than that and wouldn't consider it as expenses. So priority, if you prioritize your eyes, these eyes that you are using to watch this television now, if you prioritize it, you will want to do the best for it. So one of the ways you should love your eyes, to give your eyes priority. And then, of course, you have to sleep well. Because without sleeping well, you stress the eyes and several eye diseases can develop. If you don't sleep well, for example, an eye problem that we call dry eye disease can actually creep up. The tears in your eye will start drying up. The eyes becomes irritable. And before you know it, the cornea can be damaged. Your vision can be blurry, and so many other complications can actually come up because you are not sleeping very well. Also, you need to do a yearly comprehensive eye examination. This one is for every member of the family, the father, the mother, the children. And it's not about you wear glasses or you don't wear glasses. It's not also about there's eye problem in my family or there's no eye problem in my family. Or it's not also about I can see where or I cannot see where. No, it's a matter of prevention. Because the fact that our race is black, there are certain predispositions we have to certain diseases, especially glaucoma. We've talked about that on this program. A disease like glaucoma, you will not know that it's coming up unless you go for an eye examination. So
you have
having
glaucoma, you have
cataracts,
you
macular degeneration, conjunctivitis, retinopathies, there are quite a myriad of them. So coming to the eye clinic to have a comprehensive eye examination is one way you can love your eyes. I also want to use this opportunity to say that eye care or eye test is not just about glasses. Many people equate going to the eye clinic to have their eyes tested for just a pair of glasses. No. Ensuring that your eye health is optimal is beyond just glasses. If you come to my clinic, for example, we don't only test you for glasses. We look at every structure, anatomical structure in your eyes, and check the functionality of them and advise you on what to do. If there's going to be an eye problem that can develop in 2 years, in 5 years, even 10 years, we'll be able to tell you that, you know, we are suspecting some of these things, and this is what and what you need to do to prevent them. So prevention is the key word. And then you have to eat healthy. You have to eat healthy. Without eating well, there's no way your eyes is going to function very well. And many of the foods that will help your eyes function well are food we call antioxidants. We've discussed that at some point.
You can ask me one. I'll tell you onions for free. Onions for free can actually do a great
So incorporate these into your diet. Like salads, for example. You know, salads is really not a thing here. But you have to make a conscious effort. And then juices. Instead of buying carbonated drink, you can just, like, if it's an orange, and God has blessed us so much in Nigeria, we have a fruit in season. At any time there is a fruit in season that you can, you know, eat. Not only for you, for your children as well. And also we have to start teaching our children the right dietary choices from childhood so that they can grow with them into adulthood. And then you have to drink lots of water. Water is very good for the eyes. Like I've said, you don't need to substitute water for carbonated drink or for alcohol. Water is good. Drink at least 5 to 6 or 8 cups of water every day. Is going to help you. And then you have to keep the eyes clean, especially for women. When you go out during the day, you come back in the night, you know, a lot of dust would have impinged on the eye. So we generally advise that you should take your bath or wash your face at least twice every day, morning and in the evening. And then if you use makeup, don't sleep with your makeup. If you sleep with your makeup, you don't love your eyes. If you sleep with your makeup, you are not caring for your eyes. So you have to wash them off before you sleep.
You know, speaking of loving your eyes and ensure that you do everything to protect your eyes, a few days ago, I was going somewhere and I was in a bus, and honestly, I felt so bad that I didn't go out with my eyeglasses. Not recommended eyeglasses, just a Google. I mean, just a Google to just protect my eyes. I discovered that I left my phone like this on my lap. And a few minutes into the journey, I checked my phone. There was so much dust, and I could imagine what was going on in my eyes.
Exactly.
And I was like, what protects my eye?
Exactly.
And if there's anything I cherish so much, is seeing someone and the eye and the eyeballs, everything is just clean and bright.
Exactly.
You know.
Lily, you are just right. In fact, we can even make a demonstration of what you have said now at home.
Yes.
Especially people who fly, maybe like Okada,
Yes.
that's tricycles or bicycles. By the time, or even when you take a walk, if you walk a long distance, just wear a pair of glasses. By the time you finish, take the glasses off. Take a white handkerchief and try to clean the external of the glasses.
You'll be shocked.
You will be shocked at the amount of dust that you are going to see on the white cloth or the handkerchief that you used. So please, let's learn to protect our eyes. And then for people who use computers, how will they love their eyes? There's what we call the 20-20-20 computer rule. For workers hearing me out there who use computers at least more than 2 hours every day, you know the world is being digitalized now. Almost everything we do now is using the computer.
On the system, on the computer.
Exactly. So please, love your eyes. And one of the ways you will show love to your eyes, if you are a computer user, is by observing the 20-20-20 computer rule. What do I mean by this? If you are always on the system, after about 20 minutes, you need to look away at something that is about 20 feet away from you for about 20 seconds before you come back.
I hear this a lot from doctors, and I keep asking myself, who are those actually practicing this? Who are those? Because
it's a conscious effort.
It's a conscious effort, something we should do. But I mean, I can't imagine myself. I can't even remember. Doing anything like that. Yes, I'm working on my computer and I'm conscious enough to think, okay, this is 20 minutes already. Let me look away, for some seconds and come back. I mean, I feel that's like slowing down my activity,
Well, slowing down your activity and then damaging the eye, which one is better?
Oh my God.
So you have to, it's a conscious effort. You know why we recommend that? Most times when you are on your laptop or on your computer, your blink rate reduces. You see, at the beginning of this program, we talked about the anatomy of the eye. You were asking me about the eyelid.
Yes.
Your upper eyelid, moves like this. It helps you to blink. And when it blinks, it slides tears over your cornea or over the ocular surface, your eye surface. And the tears, it's what God has put there like a cleanser. Just like you have a car. You have your washer in the car where the water is. And then when you spray the washer on the screen of your vehicle, you have the wiper that moves and cleans it. That's exactly what your upper eyelid will do. So when you blink, tears, slides over. It washes off debris, makes the optical surface optically smooth, and then improves and enhances how well you see. It gives nutrition, to the eye. So when you are on your system or on your computer, the tendency for you to stop blinking is there because you are focused on, your objects at a shorter distance. So you blink less. And because you blink less, the tears on your eyes, they evaporate off or they dry up. And then once that happens, before you know it, a problem we call dry eye syndrome can occur. Computer vision syndrome problems too can also start creeping in. So that's why we say do this 20-20-20 computer rule. Just be conscious in your heart. Once you have done something, you have read for 20 minutes, just look away.
Okay.
It's just like you are reading for 20 minutes, then you raise your head, look away for about 20 seconds. It's very short. Once you are conscious of it, you just discover that you are doing it. That will help your vision.
All right, so let's look at some harmful practices that some of us do because we are talking about loving your eye, how to love your eye. And I'm like, okay, fine, haven't discussed this. I know that, yes, we are now conscious of, okay, what should I do? What shouldn't I do when it comes to expressing my love, for my eye? And oftentimes you hear people come down saying that I have these itchy eyes, my eyes are itching me. What do I do? How do I scratch? What are the things to actually, how do I take care of my eyes,
Yes. Lillian, I can tell you for free that some people don't love their eyes.
Who would? You just said that because you're a doctor. Because I mean, it doesn't make sense for anybody to say I don't love my eyes.
When I sit in the clinic and I see some cases, I'm wondering. There are some I call. I said, man, where have you been? What happened? Okay, let me give you a case. There was a mother that brought her child to the clinic one time, and he said, the child is. The teacher complained in school that the child cannot see. I said, okay, we did the eye examination, discovered that this child's vision was very low. You see this, we call this the visual acuity test. Excuse me, Lillian. Let me just use this to explain.
Okay, while you're doing that, our phone line is open. If you have questions, please feel free to call in and participate.
Okay, so when somebody comes for an eye examination,
yes,
we call this the Snellen chart. We use this to read, to assess how well the person can see what is far. So for someone that can read just this first alphabet, we call this the 660 alphabet. So we place this chart at 6 meters, and then we do the test monocularly. So if you are able to see only this, it means your vision is very poor. So we expect that everybody should be able to read as far as this line, which we call the 6-6 line. That is the pass mark. So when the mother brought this child for an eye examination, and we did this child VA, we discovered that his VA was very poor. He was seeing 636.
How old
and
was
we
the child?
asked the mother, the child was about 9 at the time.
Okay.
And we're like, but ma'am, what happened? Why haven't you brought this child earlier on for eye examination? She actually confessed that the teacher had been complaining. The boy, too, have also been complaining to her. But she just felt, you know, maybe he was malingering, it wasn't necessary, and then she didn't think that it was needful for her to bring the child for an eye examination. So truly, if she loved the eyes of her child or cared for the eyes of her child, would have brought the child, maybe when the vision was still much lower than that. But now the vision is so poor that, you know, we have to do more tests or take more effort to ensure that the child vision is corrected. Or if it's, I think at the end of the day, we discovered that that child was myopic, short-sighted. And then in the correction of myopia, age matters. The earlier you bring the child for correction, the better the prognosis. Otherwise, it will just start increasing with the child. So some people too, when they come,
this is. Okay.
Yes, okay. For this one, we call this the literate Snellen acuity chart. That's people who can read, who can identify ABC alphabets.
Yes, okay.
That is the one we use for them. The one with you is the one we call the illiterate E. For people who cannot read. Because I've also had some people who tell me that, I don't know how to read, I cannot go for eye examination.
But they need to call the alphabet as they see it.
As they see
Tell me
it.
what you see. What alphabet do you see? Okay.
So even if you cannot call alphabets, we can still check your eyes. We can still assess. All we just do is that we ask you to tell us the direction the legs of the E's are facing. For example, if you are my patient now, I ask you, Lillian, what direction? I ask you, cover one eye first. I ask you to cover your right eye with your right hand. Use your palm, not your finger, your palm, your palm. Yes. Why you use your palm is because we don't want you to put pressure on the eye. So as you are looking at this, I ask, what direction is this word or alphabet or E? What direction is the leg facing?
So the person can tell that this is going to the right-hand side.
Even if you cannot say it with your mouth, we can ask you to demonstrate.
Use your hand to demonstrate. Okay,
or for cases, maybe for people who are a bit challenged, we can give them one to hold. So once I touch it here, you touch it there and show me the direction. And that's just all. So by so doing, we are able to assess, you know, what the person can see, both at distance and also at near. We also have this chart too, a smaller version of it that we can use to assess what people can see at near. So there are many things that people do that actually show that they don't love their eyes. There was also a case of a mother who applied potash on the eyes of her son. You know, he said the son had the conjunctivitis or Apollo. And then the neighbor told her that, oh, if you just put potash in water and put in the eyes, you know, it will clear off. And she said, oh, I didn't have money, doctor, and I had potash in the house. So I just put a little in water.
Because it's worked for her parents or maybe her grandparents.
So if you do that, you are not loving the eyes. Also, people put other things. Some put breast milk. They have also seen adults too who are in the habit of doing self-medication. In fact, that's the one that pains me most. You are an adult, you've gone to school, you are educated, even if you are not going to school, at least to a reasonable level, to a reasonable extent, you can think, you can use your brain, and then you have a problem with your eyes. Instead of coming to the eye doctor, you want to do self-medication. It's when that self-medication boomerangs, that's when you start looking for the eye doctor.
Or you want to ask somebody next to you, what did you do? What did you apply to your eyes? You know, there was a time you were complaining your eye was itching you, or you couldn't sleep, or it was reddish at some point. I know somebody who says that when he doesn't sleep enough, maybe he just lay his head on the table to sleep at work, and he doesn't get enough of that. By the time he opens his eyes, they become so reddish. And I'm like, but that doesn't happen to me. If I'm tired and I just want to take a quick nap, but probably maybe for just 2 minutes or so, and I raise up my head, you'll see it red.
Because our immunity levels are different. Your eye immunity and my eye immunity is different. My blood group and your blood group is different. We are different people having different experiences as far as our eye health is concerned. That's why you cannot use Lillian as the yardstick. You cannot use Sister A or B to judge, because what is going on in your eyes and what is going on in my eye, they may be different. That's why you must come to the eye clinic and make sure that your eyes are checked. So another way also that you can show love for your eyes actually is also by knowing your family history. Many eye problems, they run in families. For example, if a father or a grandfather or even a great-grandfather had glaucoma, there's a tendency that, you know, the children too would have it. Also, refractive error like myopia can also be inherited. If a father has myopia, there's a tendency that the children have 3 times the probability of having myopia. Also, if it's the father and the mother, the probability doubles. It's like 6 times, you know, of the probability for the children to have that myopia. So you need to know your family history. And then even if you don't know your family history, you have to start creating the history. Start by coming for an eye examination early enough. For every family member, we encourage that at least before the age of 40, you should ensure that you check your eyes. And then once you are over 40, you have to be checking it regularly, because at about the age of 40, many of these debilitating diseases can creep in, and, you know, eye problems can actually start, you know, eating up the eye without you knowing. And also the fact that we are black race, certain diseases like glaucoma, we have a higher risk of developing it. So if you don't come for eye examination, you will not know. Also, there is ocular hypertension, eye pressure in the eye, just like you have hypertension in the body. There's also a form of hypertension in the eye, which many people don't know about. They only just know about the one in the body where you just check. So if you don't come in for an eye examination and have your eye pressure checked, you won't know if you are developing ocular hypertension. And if there's ocular hypertension, you can develop glaucoma.
Right, doctor. So we're talking about how to love your eyes. Apart from going to the hospital to see a doctor, and I'm like, doctor, please, I need my eyes to be checked. What are the things I need to have at home? Are there things I know you do not advise or advocate for self-medication, but are there things I need to have at home just to check, to protect my eyes?
Yes, there are some things we teach that you can do at home to protect your eyes. Number one, you can self-check some things. Just like the one we did now, you can do a bit of this at home. Not the way we would do it in the clinic. For example, you can cover one eye and see if you can see it from far. And then cover the other eye again, because we expect the 2 eyes to see, at least see the same way or almost in similar way. So for some people, it's when they come for eye examination, when they sit on the examination chair, we say cover the left eye. We start say, oh,
how do I keep my eyes clean? How do I keep my eyes bright?
Hygiene.
Do I need to get an eye drop at home that I need to
Don't get any eye drop. Hygiene. Make sure you keep your eyes clean. Wash your face at least twice every day, because our weather is dusty. When you wake up in the morning, wash your face, because you have slept overnight. It's possible some people can have accumulations of mucus around their eye. Wash your eyes during the day. Also wash it in the night before you sleep. And then eat well. Take a lot of antioxidant. You can just make a cup of orange juice. Make it a habit of drinking every day. Or my cucumber drink that, you know, that we are catalyzed. Or carrots. Just carrots and cucumber. Just mix the two together, blend it, sieve it and drink.
Though the economy is not smiling, but you can as well just manage and put these things together.
It's a matter of priority. It's a matter of knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. When you know, you will do.
I like the glasses here that you have here. You know, someone said that the shape of the face determines the kind of eyeglass you wear. Does that work? Is that true?
Of course. You know, glasses now, they are now fashion statements. Unlike those early days where people just wear all kind of Paco, glasses. But now, glasses are trendy. They are fashionable. So you have to wear a glass that will match the shape of your face. If you have a V shape, for example, or a round shape of face, there are also glasses that will fit, that will accentuate your facial features.
Right, thank you so much, Doctor. This is just the much that we can take on the program. That time is so fast spent because we need to go on, because you talk so much about eating right and, eating right. So at this moment, we'll go on a quick break. But before then, Dr. Priscilla Imade's number will be displayed on your TV screen. I don't know if that has been done already. Can we please just have Dr. Priscilla Imade's contact on the TV screen so that you can call her just after the program to get clarifications on other things that you need to know about your eyes. Now, what can you eat? What can you make in 15 minutes? What healthy meal can you make in 15 minutes? So we'll go on a quick break so that, okay, that's Dr. Priscilla Imade's number on your TV screen, so you can call her much later after the program. We're going to look at what quick meal you can make in 15 minutes that is healthy. So we take a break. When I come back, I'll be seeing you in the kitchen. Dr. Priscilla, thank you so much for coming to share your knowledge with us on how to love our eyes.
Thank you.
God bless you so much, ma. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back. I'll see you in the kitchen.
Health tips for today. Stress management. Practice relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation to reduce stress. Mental stimulation. Keep your mind active with reading, learning new skills, or engaging in hobbies to help maintain cognitive function and delay cognitive decline.
Welcome back, and I'm here in the kitchen. We're just about to make something quick fix in 15 minutes that is healthy for you, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender. And it's something that you would always want to do, and then you can enjoy it equally. You can have 15 minutes. 15 minutes quick fix healthy meal. And I'm here in the kitchen, so I'm going to invite our chef who's going to guide us on what today. Hello.
Hello, sis.
All right, so I have Mrs. Adiola Obayemi. She's our chef for today. How are you doing?
I'm blessed.
So good to be here. With all of
Thank
the things
you.
I'm seeing here right now, I'm already feeling like, oh my God, 15 minutes, I can't wait for 15 minutes so I can just have a taste of what we have here. So we're looking at a healthy 15 minutes meal.
Yes.
A healthy quick fix meal that I can do in 15 minutes. What are the things, the food or the things I can do in 15 minutes that are healthy, that will be healthy?
Okay, you can have salad.
Salad.
Salad is one of the meals that you can prepare in 15 minutes or less.
Okay.
And there are different kinds of salads that you can prepare.
Okay.
You have the basic coleslaw, the coleslaw that would have carrots, cabbage. You can, up it a bit and add some cucumbers, some raisins, what we use for our fruit cake in your coleslaw. You can also try the tomato salad, have tomato with some sweet corn. You can put some beans, green beans, you put your green beans, put your green beans in your tomato salad. There are different kinds of salads that you can make. And then to also try out the salad, you can have a salad just like that. You can put it in a wrap, your shawarma bread, right? You can put your salad in your shawarma bread, put some dressing on it, wrap it and eat it like that. Put some chicken if you like protein or boiled eggs, stuff like that. You can even have like a quick fried rice using your basmati. You can do that in 15 minutes as well, excluding your prep time, of course.
Right.
And then pepper soup.
So you can have salad in 15 minutes,
Yes.
and you can take it in various ways.
Yes.
You can take it with your bread, toasted bread,
Shawarma bread, toasted bread, yes.
and also with your rice. So that's we can make. So what else can we do in 15 minutes? Healthy meal.
Pepper soup, like we're preparing today.
Okay.
So your pepper soup, you can have it in different styles.
Okay.
You can have your, of course, goat meat pepper soup, your fish pepper soup. You can use tilapia fish. You can use croaker. We're using catfish today. You can have your goat meat. You can have your chicken. Chicken pepper soup cooks very fast. So you can actually use chicken in 15 minutes as well. And then you can add potato to it, Irish potato, sweet potato. You can have thin slices of yam in it. You can have pepper soup even with rice.
Right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you can have that, you know, and it can be done in 15 minutes or less.
Oh, that's nice. You know, there's a tribe in Nigeria,
Yes.
the Niger Delta
Yes.
people. Honestly, they can take pepper soup
To the
with
next
anything.
level.
Yes,
Mhm.
pepper soup to the next level. They have a bowl of pounded yam or something. They have pepper soup. You can have your starch and the wood at the side. You have your pepper soup. You have pepper soup with potato,
Unripe plantains.
with unripe plantain.
They have what they call
with-
ukodo.
Mm.
So ukodo is your pepper
Don't
soup.
remind me. Don't remind
You
me.
will enjoy ukodo, you know, with chicken.
Right.
Chicken and then your unripe plantain or semi-ripe plantains.
Yes, and
Really
even
nice.
goat meat or
Yes,
something.
yes.
Right. So what are we making today? You said pepper soup earlier,
Yes,
right?
now we're using
Okay.
catfish.
Catfish pepper
Yes,
soup.
yes.
Could you please take us through the
Ingredients,
that we have
of
here
course.
now?
So we have the star of the dish, which is catfish, and then we have some sweet potatoes as well. We will be using crayfish because it's seafood. It's a seafood kind of pepper soup, so we're using crayfish for flavor. We have the pepper soup spice.
Okay.
We have the basil, which is called efinrin
Okay.
in the Yoruba tribe. We have habanero peppers. They are hot peppers, very hot peppers, of course, with some spice. We have onion paste. We have ginger, garlic, and turmeric paste. We have some lemon juice, which we are going to sprinkle on the catfish.
fish, okay.
Then we have some chicken stock, chicken broth, actually. And then we have chicken powder and, of course, salt to taste.
Right. Okay. So these are the ingredients we have
Yes.
to make catfish pepper soup.
Yeah.
And it's something we can achieve in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Right. So let's give it a try. 15 minutes, quick, healthy meal is just what we're about to make. And it's catfish pepper soup. So let's go.
Yeah, so we're going to turn on the cooker. I don't need to wash my hands because I'm wearing gloves. So I'm going to start with my crayfish. I want to heat it up a little bit and just get the flavor bursting out. And then I'm going to add my chicken broth. Yes, my chicken broth. So the crayfish, yes.
So you're going to allow that to
heat up a little bit.
Just wait a little
Yes,
while, right,
yes.
heated up. Okay. So why did you choose to make catfish pepper soup among all the healthy quick meals that we can make in 15 minutes?
Well, pepper soup is one of those meals that I believe has great healing properties. You know, I'm sure it's no coincidence that even when a woman just has a baby, you know, it's one of the meals that they advise that she takes, you know, and then it also has a good way to cleanse your palate. So then that's why in this part of the world, pepper soup is one of the most common starters or appetizers that you would have, you know, before you take your main course, because, you know, in the pepper soup spice, you have some of the elements there that are great palate cleansers. So, you know, pepper soup, I'm sure you can smell the crayfish.
Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
I'm beginning to perceive
yeah.
that. Nice.
So, you know, it's a good healing soup, as it were. I remember quite recently, a friend of mine had like some sore around her gum, and I made pepper soup, you know, for her, and she was like, my God, when I had that pepper soup, the following day the pain was completely, you know, gone. So, you know, there are so many ingredients, you know, in your pepper soup spice that, yes, so we have, you know, we're blessed in this part of the world to have spices that have numerous benefits, and part of it is the healing. I know now that we have the rains, you know, a lot of people are coming down with cold, and we are gradually moving into the dry season, the Harmattan season, where there's so much dryness. Pepper soup is one of those, you know, meals that you would want to make your body benefit from, so that you don't come down with a flu or a cold. Yeah.
So you're putting your chicken stock.
Yes, I'm putting my chicken stock.
The already heated crayfish.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to let that come to a boil. I'm going to add some water to this. Before I add the water, I'm going to need to put the turmeric, garlic, and ginger paste.
Okay.
I need the plastic spoon, please. Thank you. So I'm going to put a spoon. This is garlic. Yes, garlic and
ginger and turmeric paste. Pepper soup should actually be clear. It should be a clear soup. It should be such that if you are giving a child, you know, there's no fear of anything obstructing, you know, so it should be a clear soup, really. So this, most of the ingredients have been in paste. So this, except for the efirin, of course. That can also be in paste if you want it to be in paste. That's, yes, the basil, yes, can also be in paste. I'm going to put a little bit of the, and then that one for the dry ingredients, thank you. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of the spice, the first batch, the pepper soup spice mix, yes. And then I'm going to put the onion paste as well. Can be generous with it.
Onion is good.
Yes, absolutely. It's one of the foods that are very rich in antioxidants. You know, you must have heard the saying that goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The same saying goes for an onion. An onion a day keeps the doctor away. So it's good to have onions in it. So I'm going to let that come to a boil, and then we'll add some more water, and then the catfish. Catfish doesn't take long to cook. Fish generally doesn't take long to cook. In about 10 minutes or so, we're good to go. Yes, yes.
So we're making a quick, fixed, healthy meal that will take just 15 minutes to make. So stick around as we wait for the stock, the chicken stock to get boiled after adding the crayfish and then the ginger and all of those. So still make it healthy meal.
So I'm going to add some lemon juice to the catfish. So, you know, as you know, your lemon has some acid, and then you just want your pepper soup to have a balanced taste, you know. So I'm going to add some salt to it as well. It has been washed and cleaned very well. You know, catfish has slime. So you want to ensure that the washing process is such that, you know, the slime is completely gone. Otherwise, you're going to make your guests, you know, feel disgusted eating, and then there's slime in it, you know. Okay. So it's already boiling, because it doesn't take time. It doesn't take time.
You actually need to be in the kitchen.
So,
see this.
So add some water, some more water to that. Just wanted the whole, you know, spice that we put in to just come to a boil. And then, thank you. And then I'm going to add the habanero peppers. So they've already been slitted so that the water and the pepper, you know, they can be infused. The pepper can be infused into the mix right here, and then the water can draw out the spice and the heat from it. So I'm just going to use this. It's really hot. So depending on how much heat you can accommodate, for the purpose of this, I'm going to be using about 4 habaneros, so it's going to be really hot. Yeah, so wait for it again for another 1 minute, and then we'll put the... blend this if you want to. You can actually blend your peppers. You can mix it with a little bit of bell peppers, depending on the kind of flavors you want to promote in your dish. So there are different flavor profiles. Okay. So we have the sweet flavor profile, we have the salty, we have what they call umami, or savory, or delicious. Yeah. We have sour. So it depends, but an ideal meal should have a balance of these flavor profiles. So, you know, lemon is quite sour. So the lemon is already, you know, here in the fish. And you know, fish has a tendency of kind of making you feel nauseous as well. So the lemon, you know, kind of helps with that as well. So our water, ooh, you can see that. So we're going to put our fish.
And we're just giving it a few minutes to come together before we add other ingredients.
Yeah. So I wanted to, you know, just say that when you're making pepper soup, one of the things that would also make you enjoy the flavors, because one of the things about food is that food is supposed to be flavorful. Like someone should be able to eat and taste, oh, I can taste garlic, or I can taste ginger, I can taste...
very healthy taste buds.
Yes, you know, you should be able to... Yeah, I know, and the way God created our tongue, he has put sensors there that can identify what is sour, what is sweet, what is delicious, what is bitter, all of those things. So your food should be, full of so much flavor. And one of the ways, as you're going to see here, is that I'm going to still add some of the other ingredients again later. So the first add was like first level, and then I'm going to add it again because there's a tendency of sometimes losing flavor because, of course, evaporation, and all of that. So I'm still going to add it again. These are the number of things that you need to put in your pepper soup. You have about at least 10 things. Yes.
10 spices.
Yes. So really depends on the kind of flavor you are trying to achieve. So let's see. Ooh.
This is nice.
Wow.
This is nice. This is nice.
You can see that it is ready. We're going to check our potatoes because you can see it's falling apart. You can see?
Yes.
You can see.
And you can tell when when a potato is ready.
Yeah, it's yellow. It turns yellow. Yeah, yes. Yellow. So it's ready.
This is nice.
Thank you.
This has been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Welcome.
Giving us recipes to making a quick fix healthy meal in 15 minutes. So all you need to do is stay glued to Dove Television as we bring you more exciting programs. And thank you so much for watching Healthy Living. Our chef today, as I said earlier, is Chef Adeola Obayemi. Her handle is not showing on your TV screen, so you can call her just after this program to know what more healthy recipe you can do in 15 minutes. My name is Lillian Ogedegbe, and on behalf of my production crew, many thanks for watching. And at this time, I'm going to just take my time to finish this healthy pepper soup that was made in 15 minutes. See you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.